Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks again for tuning in. On this week's show, we'll talk Bulldog football, hockey, and volleyball, all with unbeaten weekends this past week in league action. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football, and joined by assistant coach Sam Parker. And Sam, an alum of the TV program here. Nice to have you back on this side of the camera.
It's great to be back on this side of the camera. It's a lot of stress on the other side, so I'm happy to be in front of it for once.
Obviously, you have to be happy with the way the Bulldogs have played, off to a 6-0 start and unbeaten in the GLIAC here at 4-0 this season.
Yeah, a bunch of, our coaching staff was talking about the last time we were 6-0, and usually it goes back to Pee Wee football. So we're all really excited to have the start that we've had, and, we're really fortunate to have the players that we've had and the health that we've had. Last game I played 12 offensive linemen, so not too many schools in the country can say that.
This past week, had the battle at the ballpark, played at Fifth Third Ballpark, and first college game there since 2009, back when you were a player, and I know it's a lot better to come out with a victory.
Yeah, and it was a better outcome than the last time we were there, and it's a lot of fun playing on a different surface, like a baseball field. And warm-ups, our guys were taking batting practice with footballs and stuff, and there was a lot of energy about the game. We came out and we were well prepped, and it didn't feel like the turf or anything like that really affected us. As you can see here, Dion Earls had one of his best games. It was a baseball standout, which is kind of ironic in high school.
Got off to a great start here offensively, and if you're one of the offensive linemen, you like to play in these types of weather conditions and this type of grass field.
Yeah, I told the guys beforehand, I go, look, it's going to be, you're going to have your pants dirty, your jerseys dirty because of all the rain and the dirt and the grass. And as you see Jake Allen there catch the football, he got his chest dirty on his first career touchdown, and he's one of the best long snappers in the country.
Obviously, got that offensive score early on, and then the defense got the ball back, and a big throw here from J. Rue Campbell to Xavier Wade.
Yeah, J. Rue has probably thrown the prettiest balls we've ever seen at Ferris State, and he feels really comfortable in the pocket. Even when my guys aren't playing well, and still manages to make throws and reads like this.
Obviously, the offense was really clicking here, but the defensive performance in the first half, very good as well, a shutout in the first half.
Yeah, our defense this season has allowed 3.8 points a game in the first half. So, what really helps us is we don't have to worry about being in a dogfight in the first half with the way they're playing. Playing physical and playing relentless throughout, and really thanks to Coach Brady and Coach Hodges getting those guys ready, and Tesfa Smith getting his defensive line guys ready. It seems like year in, year out, there's an NFL guy on there. This year we've got Austin Edwards, and he's killing it.
Right here at the end of the first half, J. Rue Campbell with the touchdown run to make it 28-0 at halftime. Had to feel pretty confident going into the half with a 28-0 lead.
Yeah, we came out of the half and it felt like, okay, 0-0, let's go do it again. Except this time we're using a lot of different personnel and substitutions and stuff. So, the score might not be as reflective of how hard the guys played, but you gotta understand we're rolling in 60-plus bodies throughout that game, which very few schools can, say. And then this guy doing his thing.
Obviously, after that Michigan Tech score early in the half, the offense came right back, and you're able to get another score here to increase the lead again.
Yeah, and it's really a credit to the guys up front. They come out every series ready to, maybe it's not always a touchdown, but it's always better than what you did before. And they do a great job.
How important was it for you, coaching the offensive line, to have so many guys coming back that have gained so much experience?
Well, it makes my job pretty easy. We started 3 seniors, Nick Sawyer, Jake Rumler, and Devon Johnson, and all 3 of those guys, you don't have to worry about chasing them to class, into workouts, or anything like that. And then, the other younger guys, Tyler Allison and Jake Boonstra and Dylan Pasquale, are all very professional and easy to deal with guys. It makes coaching them, pretty simple.
42-7 lead at the end of 3, and then final score 42-24. But as you mentioned, an opportunity here in the fourth quarter to get a lot of guys a lot of repetition.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something you don't see or even think about, but as the season wears on, injuries progress and everything like that, and for us to go out there and play as many guys as we did and get those guys reps and develop them, and have them feel good that they get to play in a game at that venue and everything like that, it was just really exciting. That was probably the first thing I talked about with my guys is everybody in here played and played pretty well.
I know for you as an alum, nice to see a lot of former players back, Football Alumni Day, and always great to have those guys on hand.
Yeah, it's fun unless you're working. So I'm one of the guys that's working, and I run into all my old teammates and friends and everything like that. And it makes me laugh because I'll be out in the parking lot talking with them and then realize like, oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm on the clock. I got to go back in and get these guys ready for the game. But it's always nice to see, guys that I played with from years ago, 10 years ago, and to see them, come and support us it really means a lot.
Obviously, this week, a big game, the Anchor Bone Classic, #2 versus #3, and certainly a big challenge ahead of you with Grand Valley State off to an unbeaten start as well.
Yeah, I think, the first thing I want to say that nobody's really talking about is all the GLIAC teams in West Michigan are undefeated. Davenport, with Coach McEwen there, who was formerly on our staff and took what we've done here and that culture and has developed it in Caledonia. And, Grand Valley is undefeated, and so are we. And so it's just really cool for West Michigan being like the mecca of D2 football and really, a lot of football. So we're really excited that, we can showcase that on, pretty big scale this weekend between these two schools. And it's just really exciting. I don't think it's as much of a rivalry as others want to make it out to be, because we take it as this is #2 team in the country. Doesn't matter what colors they're wearing. Coach Mitchell's got a really class act organization. Those guys, every time I go there and I wear Ferris gear, they treat me well. They talk about how great our offensive line is and, show a lot of love and support, just like we do back to them.
Obviously, a big game for both teams here at the middle part of the season, and a game that certainly has a lot of implications riding on the line.
Yeah, you look at it, we'll be playing these guys, and, win, lose, or draw, it's something that's being added to your playoff picture. So, we're hoping we get a good win and, that we are able to play as many weeks as possible on a football schedule. It's not always the case, but, I'm just really excited for the challenge of they're a pretty good ball club, and so are we, and it's just anytime that you get two outstanding programs, it's just a great game.
Obviously, as a guy that's coached and played in a game like this, just talk about the experience and what it's like on Saturday night for the guys that are going to be suiting up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it's, being down there at their place is a lot of fun because they've got a great atmosphere. They've got a lot of fans and, they're razzing you on the sidelines, and it's a lot of fun. And they've got great facilities, and they do a great job of taking care of you. And it's a feeling that you don't get at too many places in the GLIAC. So we're really excited to go down there. We usually do pretty well down there. Our guys like traveling down there, and it's just a lot of fun to play in a game, especially with the history that the two teams have, and for me at least, selfishly, because of how talented they are as well as how talented we are.
Well, congratulations again on the unbeaten start for the Bulldogs. Best of luck on Saturday, and great to have you back here on the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.